Okay, so here we go. Today is a special day for me, for us, for all European people, because I am here with I am with me with the Grand Tuhon Supremo Leo Gaje Jr. And I'm so honored to be here with a special master in the world of Pekiti Tirsha. So, hello, Grand Tuhon. How are you?
Very fine. I wish to welcome everybody to the world of Kali. And I'm very happy, my good friend Claudio, that you are able to give us a privilege of delivering to you the message fresh from the heart. And I'm very happy that we have a union of mind and union of the purpose. And that is where we start the story to be very interesting.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, Grant One. Thank you so much. So, I would like to start immediately with the first, a very important question for me, because you are very famous in the world. But I would like to ask you, because the people, European guys, want to know exactly the lineage of PKT. Okay.
Go ahead.
Yes, the lineage of PKT is very important for us. I would like to ask you the lineage of your style.
Well, it is a very interesting history because, when I went into the United States in 1972, I was nobody. And seeing all the kind of martial arts all over, I was very excited because as I saw it, they had some kind of differentiation of each other. Although they say this is style, but in interpretation, it comes already a mixed thing that people sometimes say, "Hey, what's he doing?" What's he doing? Especially on the Filipino martial arts. And I saw that there is some miscarriage of messages so far as the Filipino martial art is concerned. Because I'm not trying to undermine the people that have been loyal to Arnes Eskrima, but I said that I have to see to it that all of these things that are happening in the starting of the Filipino martial art, there must be clarification and explanation what is really Filipino martial arts. So the Filipino martial arts is very meaningful because we didn't pick up the word because somebody said this is the Kali. No, the history of the Philippines is way back for 800 years when we were under the influence of the Srivijaya Empire.
Wow.
That empire is that is the empire of the Indians, but it extended to that what we call the brown race, which is include the Borneo, Sumatra, and all of this, including Indonesia, Malaysia, and Philippines. Kali was a belief of leadership and conquest under that lady Kali. She was a very brave, a very determined uh, lady as the leader of the Kali, and she was feared by everybody. So under that concept of fear, since the Indian culture is a peace-loving people, they slow down the variants of courage of this lady and says, we better make this into a culture that has to be beloved people, the culture of Kali. And the culture of Kali has three philosophies. They believe in life, they don't believe in death. They believe in success, they don't believe in failures. And the third is they believe in good health, they don't believe in sickness. It was a very peaceful, I would say, belief.
Absolutely.
That's why the Indians, that was in the brown race, including all the people that is in the continent of the block of the brown race, were able to submit themselves to the doctrine of discipline, including the Philippines. But the Philippines, we were not called Philippines, we were called the Maharlikas. And that way we are using the words as expressed by the Indians. And we follow their teachings and also their philosophy. So the Filipino people, way back in the early years, were very loving people and very courteous and very respectful. That's
Yes.
why. We had a very good relationship with Borneans, with the Sumatrans, with the like even to the near to the island of Thailand. But the character of these people, the brown race, is more dynamic. They love to exhibit, to make exhibitions and try to have some competition among themselves, like the Indians in Mexico. So this was a practice by our old people. Filipinos are very particular in terms of respect, concern and care, and hospitality. So we have no enemies during those countries because the brown race and the white race on the other side is China, and then the other races of Africa. We were very, shall we say, pleasant people that even the pirates that are traveling all over the Pacific loves to be on the trees. I mean, in the circle of islands. Like Philippines, we have 7,100 islands.
Hmm.
So everybody loves to go there to the other island and do what you call trading, where we were trading with the different China and the Vietnamese and Japanese and all this. So there was an exercise of pleasure. Only the time that when the Chinese pirates under Limahong with
Yes.
6,000 pentas were traveling all the Pacific Sea, including China Sea and Philippines Sea, that these pirates are coming up into the vessels of the businessmen. The Filipinos are fans of trading with food, trading with gold and also with silver, and they are doing business now and then up to Malaysia and Indonesia. The pirates are coming up to the to the shipping ship, to the merchant ship, and they were uh, taking the goods. If there is any sign resistance, they kill. So they took first all the play of the weapons of the merchants. So the Filipino merchants were trying to be smart. They created, they got a weapon that is the horn of the carabao. The carabao is the working animals, and they form this into a comb. And this one, the comb, they put it in their pocket here, but it is sharp pointed. And they call that bali sungay. Bali means to bend, and sungay is the horn. So later on, it was called bali sung because the Chinese
Oh,
could not pronounce bali, uh,
wow.
bali sungay. That's bali sungay, sungay. So they call it bali sung.
Great. I didn't know this. Great.
See, so the Filipinos, with the signal of the leader of the merchants, took that bali sung in their pocket and thrust it to the throat of the pirates. Kill lots of the pirates. And from then on, the pirates are very careful. And yes, the Filipino merchants will have the freedom to go back and forth, going to other sites, Libis, and even up to the other parts of the islands. That's why the famous ballet song became a very important, significant of how the Filipinos started creating a fight against the pirates of Limahong. There are 5 hongs. So they call Lima means 5 Limahongs. So all these times, there were peace, there were association with other Indonesian Malaysians, but it was the time when Spain uh, surrendered by selling the Filipinos to the Americans at $3 per head in the Treaty of Paris of 1898. They then sell the Filipino or the land, the Philippine island, to the Americans, but they sold the people at $3 per head. So the Americans were happy because it's very cheap. It cost them only around $20 million. So all this
Yes.
time, there was some trouble here and there. But Spain surrendered and they gave it all to the United States. As a matter
Yes.
of fact, Queen Isabella had titled the Philippines with a title already as the country of Spain. So the Spaniards came to the countries with all their blades and all those things. But before that, Ferdinand Magellan, a circumnavigator of the world, tried to circumnavigate, and then he came to the Philippines in the island of Cebu. He landed there. He was welcomed by Dato Humabon. He was given a black pearl as a gift, showing that the Filipinos are very hospitable. And there was a kind of a challenge. And that challenge was said that you tell that who is that man in the other side of the island? He says that Lapu-Lapu. You tell him to come and bow to Ferdinand Magellan.
Hmm.
And then Dato Humabon said, I will send the message. And the message was sent to Lapu-Lapu. And Lapu-Lapu says, they are foreigners. They will be the one to bend their knees before the king of Lapu-Lapu. So Lapu-Lapu is an island. So Ferdinand Magellan was mad. So he took out his 40 crew and crossed the aisle, the tunnel for 20 minutes. Uh, and they want to go to the other side of the island, Lapu-Lapu Island. But the problem was Magellan did not know that there is what they call low tide. So when they landed on a muddy tide shore, and all his people were sinking there because their feet are stuck into the mud. And when Lapu-Lapu saw them, they threw bow and arrows, spears, and then they were massacred right in front of their vessels. Out of
Oh,
40, 14 only survived. And that was the last fight because Magellan and Lapu-Lapu fought each other man to man. And that was the test between the Spanish soldier in Lapu-Lapu and the king of Lapu-Lapu Island, which is Lapu-Lapu. From then on, right, the head of Magellan uh, was killed by Lapu-Lapu. And then the famous writer or the person that is doing the recording of Magellan uh, told Dato Umabon says, please tell the king that we need to bring the body of Magellan to Spain. And Dato Lapu-Lapu said, we have the body, we must have the head. Nobody brings the body of Lapu-Lapu to of Magellan to any place. So the chronicler of Magellan was not cannot do anything. So they left with 14 survivors. Plus, they took some Filipinos to help them sail to Acapulco, Mexico. And when they were in Mexico, they took some Spaniards also. I mean, people from Mexicans to go to uh, Spain. When they arrived in Spain, they were met by the bodyguards of the king. He says, where is Magellan? Is Magellan is dead. Where is the body? No, nobody. Where is the head? There is nobody. No, just no head. Then if we report to king, the king, which is King Philip, says, Your Majesty, we are sorry to tell you that uh, Ferdinand Magellan was killed in the Battle of Lapu-Lapu. Battle of Mactan, we call it. Mactan. So, they describe to me what is the island. I says the island is full of barbarians. What else? He said the island is filled with black gold because he was given the ship. What else? Is the island of St. Lazarus. King Philip says, do not name that island. Name that island in my name. Philip. And what is the marking that I know that is my land? Oh, it's full of pine trees because in Spain, all trees are pine trees. So they describe the trees in the Philippines as pines. Okay? So pine trees. Oh, that pine tree. So call it Philippines. That was the
oh,
name of the Philippines. Philippines is
wow,
Philippines.
wow,
Then
wow.
That's long story about that. And then Spain brought some
Fanta.
circumnavigator into the Philippines. Around five circumnavigator, they were all dead, except one survived. Right? That one landed in one of the islands in southern Leyte, and they were able to. They brought priest, and this priest, uh, the, the one that goes with the priest, are all prisoners who were torn into sacristan. Okay? So that they could talk peace and things like that. So, in other words, there was an association with the natives in Leyte, Samar, and there was some association, and then, of course, they are talking about God. So, the Filipinos, since they believe in life, they don't want to take the life of a Spaniard. But as the time goes on, the Spaniards were traveling back and forth, and they come to the Philippines, and so on, so on, so on. And then they uh, put what they call churches. They built churches, and they built also they intermarried with the Filipino girls, and there was a population of Spaniards. But the Spaniards uh, took the chance of abusing. They say that land is mine. That land is mine. Filipinos says that's mine. No, that's mine. When they kill the Filipinos, okay? Those who have to the land. Then that start of the revolution. So the
Wow.
revolution started with 8 provinces, only 8 provinces. And this leader of the revolution started to fight against the Spaniards. And the Spaniards have long sword. They call that the Toledo sword. They fought with the Filipinos. Of course, the Filipinos not have that savage spirit because they were tamed to be very kind people. But the elders uh, started to study how to fight with the Spaniards long sword. So what did they study? They study a technique of close quarter combat, how to penetrate and fight with the Spaniards. And they studied that, and now they have perfected. So each family during those days were studying their own method of fighting the Spaniards. One of which is the Piquete Tercia in Negros Occidental. My
Okay.
grandfathers, and grandfathers had perfected Piquete Tercia. And it cost lots of lives to perfect one technique. And there were so some other styles, no, and Luzon and in other side. So there was a very bloody revolution.
Yes.
So all of this contributed to what is the Philippines. When Americans came to the Philippines, US Americans said, "Oh, we have bought that land. We better go there." Right? So Washington D.C. ordered uh, the Americans under Admiral Dewey go to the Philippines, go to the Thailand. So when the other landed, upon landing in the beach, they were attacked already by the Filipinos because the Filipinos is they're speaking, but they are Spanish, their color the same. Huh? They are pretending that they are speaking different language. No, they're the same. We fight them. So Filipinos fought against the Americans. And the story was they were killed left and right because Filipinos are called guerrilla tactics. Right? The Filipinos use bow and arrow and all of this spear and things like that. And Americans is. Uh, Washington please develop a weapon that will stop this goddamn Filipinos. So Washington developed what they call a 45 caliber Springfield, 45,
Yes.
only to fight with the Filipinos. The first history. So
Great.
The Filipinos were still fighting, and they cannot have the number how many because by surprise attack you cannot use your gun. Okay? No matter because they believe that this is not power. Of course, they hit some of the Filipinos and he was really it pulled down a part of the 45 caliber. But the Filipinos did not change their mind. They continued fighting. So for Americans to see that there is space, they offered us Commonwealth. Commonwealth means you Filipino men, we will be in the army and we will pay you, you become American citizen. And the rest of those of you will be here in the Philippines and you will give you good freedom. The Filipinos says, oh yes, okay, that's all right. Okay, so we have a united force, 20,000, all in all, Americans and Filipinos, went into what they call the armed forces of the United States in the Far East under General MacArthur.
Mhm.
So, after a few years, the Japanese in 1941 invaded the Philippines. 200,000 against 20,000. The Americans surrendered to the Japanese. The
Yes.
Japanese established a Japanese government in the Philippines in Manila. And that's the start of what do you call it, a tribal war because Filipinos fighting against the Japanese, Japanese fighting against the Americans. And, uh, so there was a bloody war.
Yes.
And that is where, the testing of how the culture of bravery, courage, and intelligence was recognized by the Americans. Because the Filipinos are so clever and very tricky and very dirty
Absolutely.
fighters.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
all the things that had been learned during the Spanish time, the blade fighting, the knife fighting, all this dirty stuff, were used by the Filipinos against the Americans, against the Japanese too. When the
Great.
Japanese there, they put up their Japanese government in Manila. But the Filipinos still were fighting with the Japanese, and of course, the Americans were fighting also in Hawaii, they say. And the soldiers, the 200,000, were decreasing in number. Japanese, they go into different islands. But the Filipinos chasing them with the help of the Americans. But majority of the war was done by the Filipinos, as the story goes. We were able to kill a lot of Japanese, and of course, the Japanese killed also Americans and Filipinos, and then that's the
Yes.
story. So, in
Yes.
other words, the test of the fighting system now as Kali has been proven in these three major wars: Spain, America, and Japan.
Mhm.
So, if you ask about martial arts, right? If you want to learn martial art, you ask yourself first: is this martial arts good or is this the what is the style? Oh, you don't need to ask. Three major wars: Spain, America, and Japan. And the test of Kali. Now, the
Great.
beautiful part of the Kali doctrine is that it is fixed into one determination. Nobody must be alive. Blood and waters can mix, but never blood against the enemy. So,
Great.
it was the test of what was the courage of the Filipinos. So, uh, America, of course, they have the surrender of Japan and all this in 1948, then we have our own first independence.
Wow.
This independence, we will have the Filipinos back to life and then struggle for more and things like that. So Japan gave us also this, for this the benefit of gift that is, like America gave us what they call the rations, money for rebuilding the country. So the grand masters of the revolution, because the Caluyugan de Palares, were 12 people. And I had the privilege of meeting them in 1960 in the Philippines
Oh, wow.
and so on because they were 95 years old. And they were happy that because I was trying to revive the Kali. Because the Kali was skipped now. Hey, family, do not talk about Kali. I
Yes.
don't want to teach anybody because even in my family, my grandfather says, I teach you not to teach, but I teach you to protect the family and to protect the land, the property. So in the Philippines, I didn't teach the Kali, the Philippines, no, I took it to the United States. But I carried the substance and the elements of war techniques, right? And that
Okay.
start the history of Picketercia in the United States and all over the world. So,
Great.
my friend, about the Picketercia, ask, where were you when we were killing Spaniards, we were killing Americans, and we were killing the Japanese? Where were you? That's the most
Amazing,
important.
amazing, amazing. Thank you for this explanation because personally, I study a lot of history, but I never heard this very big, big, and complete history about Pekititish, about Camagon, about the Philippines. I didn't know this. You give it me a lot of information. So great. Thank you so much
My
for
friend,
this. Thank you so much. It's
take this
fantastic.
note.
Fantastic.
Take this note. Take
Mhm.
this note. When I was teaching in New York, I am the only one in martial arts that is teaching no blocking, no blocking, no disarming. Okay?
Yes.
So I had students in Okinawan karate. Yes, you have all the weapons here. What is your order? No, we were only trained how to train, but we are not you train how to use it. So when I was there in New York, my first thesis, I went to the New York Police Department, and I said, I will say to you that your technique must be developed into something that is useful. Because what they do, they learn what they call the Koga method, which is hitting the head, hitting the collarbone with a stick or the baton,
Mhm.
and it costs lots of liability because one laceration in the head that costs $1 million. Uncapping, so tight, fellow will complain. My wrist is painful. And the judge says 300,000. So I have evolutionized the martial arts into the field. In five
Yes.
years, I was in the cover page of many magazines. In 5 years, I was able to be recognized by the criminal justice system. I was in the inside the training center of the uh,
I have
criminal
I have
justice system
seen
because
Grant
I
One. I have
introduced what
seen.
they call the ability reduction factor.
Yes.
Okay?
I have
And
seen
of course,
all the people.
the caliber press producer for
Yes.
mining case weapon.
All the people know your
And I was
history
the
because you are
only,
very famous.
I was the only humble. To be humble, I was the only martial artist, not in police, not Americans, who was given a special meritorious award under Edgar Hoover by the United States Police Association. So
Great.
these are the things.
Great.
I'm not bragging about my achievement, my friend, but I present it with a reference that what I'm doing has been done in the past and it has been effective. And if we use it to the modern crimes, then it will be effective. Only we don't hurt the subject. Because I told the police, I said, in our system, we don't uh, hurt the subject. We only touch the subject. We have one touch, one down, one touch, one capture, and then we lock them up. You don't need to have the baton. You don't need that. How you do it? I said, no, you learn from me. And you learn.
But
So these are the things that we have accomplished. Lately, I was in the Ice Achievement Award by the Blackwood Magazine. I was man of the year with it. I'm happy
Grant
with it
One.
because you know what? They recognize what I have done for the United States and for other countries, and I was all over the world. Right? If
Yes.
not, my objective is to be proud about myself. No, I want to bring the culture of our forefathers, and the forefathers will be very happy that what they have done to protect the country must be recognized and must be loved by everybody.
I would like Grant One. I am happy for this because you anticipate my question. Because my important question for you is your history. Because now you tell me about the history of Pekiti Tirsha, but I would like to ask you because a lot of people want to know about your father, grandfather, your family, okay, and special your history in
Well, no, anybody would like to have the history to be known. Okay? The history is a very, what do you call that, exciting because I was the only son, a grandson from my grandfather.
Mhm.
Right? My grandfather was the first chief of police in one of the towns here in Negros. He was the leader of the what do you call that, the private army that also fight with him. And my grandfather, at, at seventh grade, he was already teaching mathematics. in the school. My
Mhm.
grandfather was a genius. And because of me, as alone in the family, I with my grandmother, he says, I want you to be bright like me. I said, I will do that. You just follow me. I teach, no notebook, huh? No pen. He teaches me. If I commit a mistake, he castigates me. He said, this is how you remember. Okay? So every time he gave me the training, I sweat, I cried. Huh? As a matter of fact, one of my time, I was hit in the eyes. I thought I was blind. The more he hits you, the more he loves it. And because of that discipline, I was very happy because it was a rare opportunity to have a person who can last with that kind of environment. But my life is a tortured life. But because of that experience, I was able to go through many hard times in life. And what I am now. That's why my training with everybody, it is completely serious, with a purpose that they should excel in their knowledge so that the thing that they are teaching will be useful also to other people, to save lives, not the commercial way.
Mm.
All of those people that started with me in New York, I didn't charge them any single centavo. And then some of them are still alive today. But most of them, or some of them, torn into a traitor. How ungrateful is that? You gave them food, huh? They bite your nose. You give them food, they bite your legs. You give them everything, they take your life. What kind of culture we have? So,
Yes.
my friends, my purpose, I said, to teach the beginning tertiary is not to be millionaire. I want to have a million in my head and million of my uh, friends that will greet me wherever I go. If I see them
Great.
in heaven, I will be very happy because they are good boys. But I am not the kind of person who is interested of building a castle. I'm not interested. It's all sacrifice. So it's important that we set uh, a kind of example on what we can do.
Oh, hello. I lost connection. Hello. Hello, Grantuon. Mm. Hello, Grantuon. I lost connection. Hello. Just a moment, because normally he's in the Philippines, so he has a problem with the internet connection. It's normally during our interview, but I try to another time to invite him, and then we will continue. It's amazing interview. This kind of this today, so I invite him another time. So please wait in one moment, and then we will continue.
Huh.
Yes, Grant One. Yes, we lose the connection. I don't know why, but no problem. We can continue in about your history. Okay, no problem. Yes,
Thank you,
yes,
brother.
no
I am
problem.
very excited when I face you because that excitement of yourself. So I have so many things that happens to me in the United States. First of all, I had the cooperation of the Philippine Consulate and Philippine Embassy in the United States.
Mhm.
They were supporting me by providing me a place to train inside the embassy. Where can you find that embassy is being used by picket detection?
Mhm.
I was privileged to use the United Nations in the auditorium in terms of training. And those who have helped me, the first organization in martial arts that helped me is uh, the what do you call it? The Jewish Karate Rec. The Jewish Karate Federation helped me to build up uh, information and dissemination to the people in the arts. Then the United States Karate Federation had helped me. I am in stick fighting and all of this really helped me. United States Karate Association International helped me. Three big organizations helped me to expand. He said,
Yes.
Leo, this is the art that will be needed in the future. That was in 1980, 1990. Now, it is true because everybody is interested. Everybody is using this technology. In my many experiences, I didn't find any resistance. Everybody were curious. Everybody loved to see the sticks flowing around. And I went to different states, different law enforcement agencies, and also even senior citizen. I taught senior citizen. Some will they love it. So now it had exploded. Right?
Yes.
Military, the only martial arts that is carried through and through is the Pigetersia by the armed forces of the Philippines. The armed forces of India, 2 million armed forces of India is 100% Pigetersia. We have the Austrian Cobra Commandos, Pigetersia. I was in Russia. I was invited to teach the KGB and also the Spetsnaz. They brought me 300 kilometers away from Moscow. Why are they interested to me? There's so many martial artists because they are interested in what kind of things that we're doing. That Philippines defeated, Spain defeated America and Japan.
Yes. Very interesting. Very interesting,
So,
Grant One.
so my opportunity to engage with different law enforcement, different military, uh, provided me information that there is something that other martial arts have not done because they were not able to open the avenues of these martial artists, of these people like military, to understand how to defend themselves against knife attack, against blade attack.
Mhm.
When in fact, and truth of this is that a long, long time ago, different countries were fighting each other, 20,000, 10,000 soldiers. They are colliding with each other with blades, with spear and everything. Why it suddenly lost in the 40s, in the 50s, and 60s, 80s? Why? What happened? But I maintain the substance of blade culture. I maintain that there is something in the blade culture which has been studied and perfected by the people who are using it, including the famous blade fighters during those days.
Okay. Okay. Great.
So my point is, I have no reason to mix Pigetersia with karate, with judo, with aikido, and all of them. Because Pigetersia has been perfected by my forefathers, forefathers, forefathers. And it costs lots of lives to perfect it. Why do I have to change what is already perfected?
Yes.
So, meaning to say that if we are going to study something realistic and effective and beneficial to save lives, look into the background. Look into the background. Is this possible? Is it this? Is that? You can see the difference. Late culture stands very strong even up to this time. and the war that is coming in, the history repeats itself. We have to go back to the place. When guns are prohibited and nobody is carrying the guns, what you do?
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
You go to your
Yes.
backyard and you have that, that weapon there that you keep the fish away. That's why the culture that is needed today must be realistic. So what we are trying to provide is the technology, the knowledge, the wisdom to help and save the families that will be oppressed and will be taken advantage because they have nothing to lean on, nothing to fear, and nothing to protect their family. Young children should be protected. Wives should be protected. What are we here for in this world? If we are not
Yes.
going to,
Yes.
that's why Piggy Tertia is sincere, devoted, to see to it that the right procedure and the right technology must be a part of their lives as the same as food. Every day you have to eat. Every day you have to learn. You have to practice because the enemy that you don't know and you don't see will kill you. Look what
Absolutely.
happening. Look what happening now. War in
Hmm.
Europe, war in China, war in this. You think that is kidding? Not kidding.
Yes.
That's why we serve as an inspiration for those people who would like to study seriously. And I am giving all my concern that you, as my friend, will leave the message to everybody to please be serious on what you study. There is no more sports. There is no more sport that you can run in the street. Everybody's running because somebody is getting them.
Hmm.
Believe me.
Yes. Uh,
So
yeah.
our program uh, for this year is to dedicate our time to those who are serious and to train in order to save the lives of their family. I'm not interested of the other these people who are playing games. They're not. So those who will sacrifice themselves to teach, I mean to learn, I am here and you are there. You tell me how to learn to teach, and we will teach you. To
Yes.
filter all
Great.
those people, screen them, filter them, send it to me, right? And I will put my time and effort 100%. Right?
Great. A great principle. Great principles, Grant Wong. Great principle. Very, very interesting. I have a special question for you now.
Yes.
Uh, what about Pekiti Tirsha in real fight? If you live it, the experience of the real fight, because you know the European people are crazy for real fight. They want to see, they want to understand Pekiti Tirsha in real fight during real fight. Because I know, because you explained me that Pekiti Tirsha is real fight. But the people want to know your experience in some dangerous, very dangerous situation and what happened in the time.
Well, it's like this. The purpose why you train has a meaning. You train because you must know the kind of blade that you are going to hold, and you must know the kind of weapon the enemy will use against you. So when you are training with the blade, uh, is to provide enough knowledge on how to use it mathematically, right? Mathematically, meaning you use mathematics, the exact science. My system is specialized on combat geometry. So
Great,
when you
awesome.
engage with enemy and you know the technology, you don't need really to kill the enemy. What you have to do is uh, take the air off, and then he will run away. You don't need to kill him. And we even will save more lives because we know how to channel our attack, not to kill, but to prevent them to kill us.
Okay, okay, great, great philosophy.
So you
Yes,
know how to use the gun, train how the gun is. You must know because if you pick up the gun and you have to fire it, okay? Now you take hold of the blade, then you know how it is. It's long and short. Now you use it against to defend yourself and to defend others. Now when the situation is very, very hot already and very serious, then release the fire. Okay? Nobody will say, why did you kill him? Why you kill us? So knowing is important in terms of protecting someone. The weapon is only a means for you to protect yourself. You must know what kind of weapon that you are to use or to defend yourself, or the kind of weapon that will be on attack. That's the
Okay.
reason. So knowledge
Okay.
with the weaponry is an essential element how to save life.
Hmm. Great. Great principle. Great
It is a
principle.
character of discipline. Discipline, my friend, is the key. Without discipline, everybody
We
will not
cannot do
go well with
nothing.
it.
Yes, absolutely.
What is
Absolutely.
Spartans? Right? Example of the Spartans. 300 Spartans killing millions. Why? Because they were disciplined. United we stand, united we fall. So if the people of the world will be disciplined in terms of protecting themselves, then there is less casualty. Less casualty. Because fear is the best weapon, my friend. Fear. If you're afraid of me, you're afraid of me. You don't, no, you don't attempt to do anything. Because fear. If you have 1,000 people or perfect fighters, you will not touch it.
Hmm.
When you go to a dark side of a town, you say this town here is famous for robbery, killing. Do you think you go there? You don't go there. You don't go to the Black Street in LA or in New York. Huh? You're a stranger there. I will not go there. Why? Because it's deadly. But if you have knowledge, why you not afraid? And to tell me, hey, my friend, how you doing? Huh? We should be afraid. You have not done anything, but you have confidence in you. Confidence is the key to success.
Great.
Nothing else. So my
Great,
message, my friend, is we
great
are here
principle.
with your leadership, with your charming what do you appreciation of anybody. We encourage everybody to be serious in serving the family, uh, the country, and the people. My message is we are the world. We are the people. We will be the one to save the world.
Great. Thank you for this explanation because of very, very, very unique. Unique. I have I have for you another question, very important, because you tell me now about the we are the war, okay, and Pekiti Tirsha is the martial arts to defend. We need to defend this kind of quality, this kind of martial arts in the world, because sometimes you can explain me now. You can tell me now that there's some enemy are around, enemy observe, no, the people, also friends too, but also the enemy, because the quality of the martial arts is very, very important. And I would like to ask you about the quality of Pikiti Tirsha today, because there are many people now that they try to using also Pikiti Tirsha name, no? And I would like to ask you this question about, because for the people need to know that the Pikiti Tirsha is one. It's no, there are so many copies of Pikiti Tirsha. No, not possible, because you are here, and I'm so honored that you are here in order to explain me and explain to. Oh, I lose another time. I lose another time, Grant one. Oh, I try to reconnect now. There is some problem of connection today, but it's normally in life. Okay, I just reinvite him. Okay, no problem. Yes, yes, Grant one. Today you see some enemy try to cut our internet connection, but no problem. You are a fighter. You continue that way. So I would like to ask you about the quality of Pikiti Tirsha, Grant one, because the quality I hope that is not is today is under attack for many people who try to copy, who try to using Pikiti Tirsha. as our San Miguel, as our other masters, our studying, our martial arts. So I would like to ask you if how to prevent the attack on the quality of Pekiti Tirsha. How can we defend the quality of Pekiti Tirsha in the world?
My friend, at the beginning, I have been observing how the martial arts have been spreading all over. And I was cautioned by famous grandmasters of karate, judo, aikido. He says, Leo, be careful on how you teach because these people will steal what you're teaching them. I said to them, even if I tie their neck and put them into the corner and they can be released, they will still steal. They will still do foolishness. Okay? So I will give them freedom. I'll give them freedom because when they are out in the street and they are being harassed and killed, that is the problem.
Okay, okay.
So, Pigita Tertia, as far as the quality of Pigita Tertia is concerned, first, it has been tested and tried all over again because here the Philippine Scout Ranger uh, is, is specializing close quarter combat. And it has been proven that the knowledge of the Scout Ranger is unpredictable. They are they are warriors that uses what they call the common sense. After they have the formula of the close quarter combat, uh, they specialize on what do you call a system of not underestimating the enemy, but uh, our system is to see to it that it is we are using what they call the non non uh, non-defensible techniques. So when you are trained on offense and you are not trained on defense, you have no fear. Okay? Because if you are trained in defense, you are always anticipating that you have to block and you have to win. That will not happen. Unconventional warfare is our technique. So the quality of Inertia is based on unconventional warfare. But when you teach the principle is there. Just like you are taught mathematics. When you are given a problem, you solve the problem. So when you are facing somebody and he's playing the blade there, then understand. You know what is the principles of different angulations, right? Because all movement there are all geometrical. So
Yes.
that is where we are. As far as the quality is concerned, we are on the top of the procedure because we deal with exact science. Who else? Is there anything more than exact science? So these are
Okay.
the most important things that we have to really emphasize because you may have 1,000 technique, but your training is not meant to end the trouble in 10 seconds.
Yes.
So, and everybody is already trained, they start to respect each other. Respect because he is an expert, I'm an expert. We should be fighting each other. You kill me, I'll kill you. So there's no reason for us to kill each other. We are training here for one purpose, to save our family and to save our country.
Yes.
And every martial art should understand that. See, like for example, teaching karambit. I really hated people teaching karambit because this karambit is used as assassination blade in Indonesia and Malaysia. And if you are carrying karambit in Malaysia, you go to jail without question in 9 years. Or you are caught killing somebody with a karambit, you will go to death. You will be sentenced to death. And here comes this
Yes.
other Filipinos who are going is teaching this karambit. Okay? they present to the world that there's somebody. Huh? Are you going to
Yeah.
learn from these people? Teaching, and they are teaching somebody huh, without any weapon at all. Yes, they can how to cut the neck, but the guy has useless, he has no weapon. How could he defend himself? Because he has no knowledge about Quran. Then you teach him to kill somebody? And nobody did try to question that. And I was in the Facebook. I am still there standing, telling everybody that uh, if you have that karambit, I will use my balisong. For me anytime. I will test. I hated that. Why do you have to use that? And teach these people. So money, you
Yes.
have some kind of responsibility, my friend. And this martial artist should learn about that. As a matter of fact, the law enforcement officers and all of these people are already complaining. Why is it that he is coming out into the market? I said, I have requirement, not, but still, it's still out. There are guys there that are showing there that they are proud that they are playing that goddamn Please. I stopped teaching Balisong. I showed it only to show that that is a culture, but not as a requirement to be a martial artist.
Great.
So,
Great.
the quality of the shot, you can see it in the military. Why is it that the armed forces of the Philippines, the armed forces of India, the armed forces of Australia, even the commando of
Grant
Brazil
one. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes.
have carried this order? Why they love it? Because the soldiers themselves testified and telling them, sir, this is the thing that we need. We have waited this long time ago.
Hmm. Okay.
So there is something for everybody to understand. Why maid culture is a necessity today. It is a needed tools of happiness. That's it.
Yes.
You have
Yes.
a blade, you sleep with it, you have a good feeling. During the war, I was still very young. My grandfather, as a tool, thing. Wherever I go, he carried it. I said, why do you have to carry it to He said, two is better than one. I lost one, I have other one. And that gives me good discipline because, I said, yeah, it's common sense. But, you have to. So, your effort and our effort to enlighten everybody what is really the real meaning of martial arts has to come from you, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you, Grant one. Thank you for this explanation. Uh, you told me now. You told me now the name because for me the name of Balisong I never asked it before in to other masters. I would like to ask you to Grant one now the history of
Mm.
belly song because I know you know 101% because you have like a dictionary. You have a lot of a lot of principle and a lesson for me in order to understand also the belly song history because I would like ask you because a lot of people use belly song but without any concept or principle of belly song only for show. I would like to ask you about the belly song history.
The Bali song is a very deceiving tools. As a matter of fact, when the Filipino sailors or businessmen put it in the pocket, it is a comb. It looks like a comb. This is no blade. It has only sharp end. That means it could be concealed. So for concealment, you can see it because there is no blade. There is no sharp edge. It is covered as a comb. You know, that's how it is.
Yes. Yes.
But when you put it and you have training, it becomes a good uh, instrument for peace.
Hmm.
Right? Because when you play that and play another, the guy instead of attacking you, he gets scared because he doesn't understand what you're doing. So he gets feared.
Yes.
You get afraid of it because you can twist the blade somewhere else and you can play with it. I was the one who brought the balisong in the United States. So any kind of instrument is deadly. A ball pen, the tip of the glasses is dangerous. You can take it right off. Anything, your finger is dangerous if you want to use it. That's why when you are prepared, huh, completely prepared, your body itself is a weapon. Your structure must show that you are very, shall we say, prepared to meet anybody because of your muscle definition, because of your attitude. People that are good people and who are good fighters, they are very humble. They don't even want to talk. But those people who talk too much are not cowards.
Oh.
They pretend that they are good instructor. There are people that are teaching this Arnes Eskrima, they don't even do they don't even do four contesting. Now, one
Mhm.
proof, as far as Piqueteria is concerned, in 1979, the government of the Philippines called for a test of the Filipino fighting system. The Gaje General, who is in charge of the European security, organized a group that will bring the best fighters in Manila. But they didn't bring it to Manila, they bring it to Cebu. The fight is with Adrian and with Badiao. The rule is you can hit anywhere, 1 minute and 30 seconds. And you are judged by what you call that, by judgment, by the appreciation. Oh, he hits
Yes.
more, so he wins. When I arrived in Cebu, I was met by the different grandmaster. Obviously, why do you bring only one American? He's only good for 20 seconds. I didn't bring him here to win. I didn't bring him here to lose. I brought him here to kick your ass. So the examination of the fighters were done. After that, start the fight. My man, his name is Tom Bishu. He's still there.
Hmm.
The rule is if you win this guy, if you defeat this guy, first guy, then you continue. Continue, continue. Non-stop. Before the other guy is ready already with this with this you continue fighting, continue fighting. My man wiped out the 10 people in his bracket.
Hmm.
Different style of Arnes Escrima. And then the
Yes.
second bracket, right? The Josie Paris has that guy there. He also wiped out. So the championship is with Piquet Tercia and Josie Paris.
I know the history. Yes.
Six
Very,
rounds.
very,
Six
very
rounds.
interesting.
Six.
Very interesting.
So you
Very interesting.
consider, consider what is the difference of this weapon, the ancient medieval technology. Because they claim that their style there is mixed. They cannot use it. They will not able to use it.
Yes.
My guy there is bombarding, you cannot even reach the hands. So when the last part, championship, uh, 6 rounds, the American won as grand champion. On record. Quality. So what it speaks? It speaks the truth. Because the discipline is still
Number one.
is
Absolutely. Absolutely. Number one. Discipline. The phone for very, very, yes, important.
so when you say about the quality, the real fight, the blade speaks. I cannot say anything about how it was tested in Mindanao. But It's open. Piketersha is there. Piketersha is in English. You can just converse with these people later on as you be friendly with them, so many people in the military. Why do you take Piketersha? Let them kill it. I know. You are the one that is eating, or should I have to kill them that is punishing? So
Yes.
it is clear. It is clear. More martial arts, the industry, no security.
Okay.
But some people do not like hard training. They want to show
Yes.
something, to show something that, and then they train
Yes.
to tell themselves. So my friends, that is the most important thing. Train to
Absolutely.
live, train to protect, train to have eternal life.
Thank you. Thank you, Grant One, for this. Uh, I have ready for another question because the time's flowing
Go
past.
ahead.
Fantastic,
Go
fantastic,
ahead.
very fast.
You
I would
can
like to ask
found
you,
you
yeah,
can found
but
all the questions you need.
I would like thank you for your time. I would like to ask you now about another very important moments for European guys. So you, Grant One, and then Inosanto. The history. We would like to know about that history from you and then Inosanto and Guru then Inosanto.
You know that is interesting because when in Santo was with mostly, everybody, they are the lords. They are the lords. I came to United States, I don't have a lords. I have only some piggy. And I was in the East Coast, Dan is when Dan, Goro Dan, as they call him, but they call him Dan. Learn about me, uh, invited me, and we met together and explained. I gave him some small demonstration and things like that. And he see the difference. We were together for 10 years. We went out on demonstrations, famous demonstrations. We had demonstrations in Playboy International,
Oh,
conducted by 15 martial artists all over East Coast.
mhm.
Playboy International. Then we have a tournament in Nashville, Tennessee, under that famous auditorium of the actors and actresses that is very expensive. We were the only one that put up a tournament inside the name or something. That famous building. Actors and actresses goes there and have their celebration. We had it.
Yes.
We were in New York, US, the place of the uh, what do you call it? Gathering of people in the we were there. We put up our and we've been with I've been with that many times. Every now and I conduct seminar with school. We were together also in the ice achievement. We were together. So our relationship is very close. Very close. We respect each other, we love each other, and we share together. And he recognized the importance of the ancient medieval way. And he also considered the people that are
Mhm.
trying to put some raisins, some sugar, and some milk in what they're doing. That is a very educated person. So if you ask about me and Dan, we are very good friends.
Great.
That
Great
relationship.
to hear this because two great grandmasters in the world so together is fantastic. It's the test of the unity from the martial arts. It's fantastic, unique, unique. So I'm happy for this because it's
You see,
uh yeah.
martial art is just like religion. This religion speaks against this religion. Speaks against this religion. They think that they are better than other religion. So it's like that. Those people that are talking about, no, oh, his style is good, it's not good. Oh, this one. How do you know that what is good and what is bad? You want to go to
Yes.
you want to go to Afghanistan? Don't try it there. Or you want to go to Mexico? Don't it there. Do not question because you are not yet ready for testing. What we need today is a full unity of understanding and caring,
Yes.
concern, uh, and be part of the community because when the crisis will come, uh, there's no other people that will help you is your neighbor. If you don't know your neighbor will not help you. When you help me, I don't even know. How many times I have moved my place in my house in the United States? For 3 years, I don't know my neighbor. But when he had his car problem, they said, request me to push car. So the character of the people today must have to be changed and has to be properly explained and has to be also assisted by the church. Why do you have to hate each other?
Yes.
Why do the Protestant fight the Catholics? Why the Catholics fight another religion? Why? We talk about God, then God. Why do we have to fight for? But
Yes.
when it comes to protection, they have to be serious.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Uh, I have I have another big question because European guys are like inside the box. I use inside the box. No, so your mind open. Your open minded is very great. So I would like to ask you, what is the official program of Pekiti Tirsha in the world? Because many people here, an example in Italy, many people say, "Hey, I have the program of Pekiti Tirsha." Another kind of, you know. But I am here. I'm very lucky to be here now with the legacy of Pekiti Tirsha in the world. So I would like to ask you, what is the program of Pekiti, official program of Pekiti Tirsha?
You see, it's like this. We are searching for the few, the proud and the leader. We cannot put everybody in one basket and hammer them. See? In order for them to have a reformation of their character. It is a self duty to each part, to each person, to behave and be an example in the community. So when we are teaching martial arts, you have to include the sacredness of culture. What is culture? Your own natural action, your way of speaking, your way of talking to people, and then your attitude to people. That is a culture. Don't be a bastard because you know why? People doesn't like.
Yes.
So it is not our duty to hold their hands and then do this. We are showing discipline. And let's just follow discipline. Follow discipline, you follow your leader, you know what is loyalty, you know what is gracefulness, you know how to be grateful. You know all the characters of discipline to have a simple life. So the thing of our tribe is to say that uh, he who comes to strengthen their life in the best of their ability, the best of their state, we are ready to help them, provided that they have to follow our instructions.
Yes.
I have to raise hell for somebody I don't know. I don't
Yes.
people
Yes.
that have been with me, okay, uh, we have very harmonious relationship. Sometimes there are people that have a very selfish attitude, very selfish attitude, ungrateful. And my question is, why is it that these people are learning from these people? Huh? Who bastardize the name of their style? The way they came from, say, they came from karate, they despise karate because they were Ramadan.
Good question.
They grow
Good
up in
question.
karate for 10 years, and then Karamaga comes in and comes bullshit, and then you criticize where you came from. And it would just like you criticize your grandmother or your mother who gave you birth.
Yes.
You have no, there is no kind of character that will uh, be appreciated. You yell at your mother, you yell at your father, you do this, and then
Yes.
culture. If you are cultured in the right temperature, then you are a good bacteria. But if you are cultured in the wrong atmosphere, then you have the COVID 19. COVID
Great.
19. So,
Great.
um, my advice again is to see to it that the people that we engage and train, they should follow strictly the principle that we set. Because of that, then there will be peace and harmony, and there will be peace all over. While we have peace, we have to prepare because this peace is not going to be a lasting peace. There are selfish people who would like to take your head because they don't want you to be around. They don't want you to exist in this world because you are too good to be true. They hate people that are good. That is where the good people has to prepare. Because the enemy that you don't know and you don't see will kill you.
Absolutely agree.
When I was a young boy, the motto of Boy Scout, be prepared. Boy Scout, be prepared. I remember that. Meaning to say that you as a young boy, you have to be prepared while you are growing. Because your fellow uh, childhood boy or childhood friend will even you want to hit you and kill you. When I was young, I had also a fight every day in school. Every day. The only thing is my grandfather says, do not come home with a black eye. I will hang you in the ceiling. So at 4 years old, I stopped somebody who did it. Yeah. And the father chased me going to my house. My brother met that man. He said, hey, he stopped my child. So my grandfather said, you stop my son, my child, then let us fight. Then again, but every day, for 6 years, I have been in fighting. Fighting. Yeah, fighting. That showed that during those days, there was already a bad uh, culture. How much more for now in this living society. So,
Yes.
if all people will join together and rally for peace with discipline, then we can attain happiness as people. But even religion without discipline becomes useless.
Yes.
Useless.
Yes.
But discipline, with the right culture, uh, harmony, and peaceful community, then everybody will know. What makes us stressful is the fact that we are facing a very indeterminate time. We do not know what's happening to the next day. You go out there, you have a mask, then you don't know, you might have COVID. You think you are not too stressed? You go home, you are worried because somebody may have something in your body, something in your hand. So insecurity is one of our greatest sickness. Very insecure. We are all very insecure people. Who starts this?
Yes.
Somebody. But I will just quote you one incident. I hope everybody here has some kind of background about the Bible. I'm not talking about I'm talking about the past. Remember, God told Noah, build an ark, right? God told Noah, bring pair of animals and put it in the ark, correct?
Yes.
God
Absolutely.
told Noah, bring only 8 people in the family inside the ark, correct?
Yes.
Then close the ark, 40 days and 40 nights of rain, rain, killing all those idiots, except the 8 family of Noah. When the flood stopped, nobody is there except the family of Noah. So meaning to say Noah has to live the freedom we get from other people. Question is, they are forced by nature to have children. But as children, everybody is relatives. There's cousin, their cousin, how many cousins? So in other words, the 8 family are all the same bloodline. So today, if you have a cousin with a child, this another cousin, how do they call you? What kind of description you have? You are on insist, meaning
Yes.
uh, you are in the wrong bread because you bear child with your cousin. Like animals, if you put the animals in the same breed, you know, you not to produce a good breed of horses or uh, goats, it has to be different. That is the sad story of our history, my friend. As people of the world today, we came only from the 8 people, and we are insist, meaning we are
Yes.
stupid.
You're right, Grant One. You're right. Big.
That's a fact. Is it there in the Bible? You don't believe in Bible? It's okay, but that is a fact. Medicine is cooperating with us. Yeah, he is an insist. Oh, he's your cousin, yes, it's me. I have classmates that were after lot of insist. Uh, they are bogus, very bad. They
Yeah.
hardly pass our mathematics.
Yeah.
So that shows that there is something wrong. From the beginning. From the beginning. I don't know how to cure that. I don't know how to repair that. Because that is in the blood. So the only way to prepare yourself is be ready because this other guy is also your cousin. It's also your relative. Is there, but he's stupid. He's also stupid. Yeah. So what do we do?
Yes.
Huh? We train our martial arts. We take the ball, take the knife, take so let's go. Okay?
Yes.
That's how it is. We came from the same family.
Great. A lot of principles, a lot of lessons today. It's amazing day. You know, usually we make an interview for 1 hour. Now it's 1 hour 24 minutes because it's amazing. I would like continue to listen your words because your words are so very, very, very important for everybody, not only for me or for the European guys, but for all words. So, Grand One. So, uh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy, and I would like to ask you the last question for you today is
Yes.
how you see the future of Filipino martial arts in the world.
Filipino martial arts.
Yes.
The world is changing. There is what they call a West 360 degrees. What made it so? Because there's a question now. is very critical. There is now a sign of resentment. There's a sign now of greed. This is a sign now of hatred. This is a sign now of envy. Everything. Now, when this turn into something different, it will cause riot, it will cause racial group, it will cause religious disbelief, interreligious uh, bravery, bribery, everything that has been happening during the time of the Palestinians, during the time of those 12 disciples or 12 tribes of Israel. The only one that survived is the Jews now. But they were all killing each other with that kind of situation. How could you explain that?
Yes.
So, to each his own. As also is to each its own. To be more concerned about your life, about your family, and about your country. In other words, if we were not going to do anything, then we miss the boat. Uh, Going to Rio. We miss the boat. Whether they believe it or not, another thing. We have scientists, doctors, all these people that have studied about communicable diseases. We had been fighting the war, the last war is between America and the war, and then of course, Hitler. After the air war is ended, the government were doing all this kind of development that they have, but they have not assigned a kind of responsibility for the scientists or the students to study how to protect against a weapon that may be used by the enemy because they were defeated, but they are going to revenge. What will they do to take revenge? They will study something to kill us. One that they win it. So now, what happens? There is a country, or there are people that spend their time studying how to create a poison. And this is now happening to us. We have this COVID. If this
Yes.
country, America, England, France, Germany, everybody had prepared themselves a kind of medicine. Just like if you are having a malaria, you take a tablets and you take it. That had been perfected. Today, we don't have a problem about this COVID, and we don't need mask and we don't need shield because we were already prepared by the scientists and doctors to protect us, because there is a coming uh, revenge of the enemy that we defeated. We defeated this enemy, but the revenge against us. What did they do? They kill us in other way. The use of the virus. Where are those money that is uh, prepared to go to the moon and go to this and then fly that billions of dollars? About the money you build this aircraft carrier, about money you build up how many days? Nothing. Because this thing is we cannot see. It attack the soldiers, it attack the doctors, it attack what can you think? Who is the enemy now? Who is the enemy? And the
Yes.
fact is that they let us be injected with something that is experimented only. And there is no approval by the government that you can be injected by this goddamn stuff.
Right, Grant
Injection,
Wolf.
it is only presumption that you will have this. So whether it is a presumption or whether it happened to be good or to be bad, still there is stress in your body that will kill you. because the insecurity is produced by this goddamn stress. Everybody is unsafe. You think you are happy because you start you notice something some few months from now. If somebody will be killed, will die about 100 one time, or maybe 30 one time, or maybe 200 one time, who have been injected by that goddamn sun. Uh, be by
Yeah.
yan yung awali ko na. Pfizer, or that Chinese thing. Injection. If people start to fall on the road, who's going to be blamed? Because the government will not take responsibility. No company will say, well, it is cure. Everybody is running now to the injection. To get into this vaccination.
Yes. Yes.
The world itself, it is still experimental, simple. So you gamble yourself to get that vaccination on experiment. You are the one that is going to the experiment. So when you die, who's going to claim you? You get your damages.
Hmm.
That's how
Yeah.
the world today. The world is too because we are now under the fire eternal. I'm talking about facts. I'm not talking about how could you feel? How could you feel? There are people who had been injected or we are not vaccinated. You know, they feel
Hmm.
different. Now my friend
Yes.
said that they have already some kind of headache that tickles into the head after the injection. Some have
Hmm.
feel pain, either getting dizzy or no stress uh, because of insecurity will kill. You don't need blame. You don't need. So the enemy that we have defeated, or those enemy that had designed this kind of events, uh, is to be punished.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know who will punish them.
Hmm.
So now, when I say everybody is insecure, you touch something, alcohol. You touch something, alcohol. You go to the supermarket, alcohol. Alcohol. Sometimes the security is kind of so there are
I lose.
these are the
Okay.
things.
Hmm.
So martial art is a, a path of knowledge.
Hello, Grantuan. I lose the connection. Lose the connection now. Uh, uh, it's today's. It's so not so easy, but we continue. We continue. I know. Yes. 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 I hear you now. Yes.
Yes, it's a path of knowledge. Martial arts is a path of knowledge. Which have so many
Hmm.
streams. Martial arts giving us the wisdom to judge what shall we do.
Yeah.
Martial arts help us how to prepare ourselves physically, mentally, spiritually. Martial
Hmm.
arts provide us the comfort of safety and security. Martial arts also is a vision because you could see the future. What will be the future?
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
have a peace of mind and peace with God.
Yes.
All the things that we do has its own meaning. All the things that we think has its own meaning. But people there that have bad intention destroyed us. And that's one, COVID.
Yes.
That's why there's nobody uh, is feeling safe today. Insecure.
A
The
lot of.
greatest sickness that we will have is insecurity. Insecurity.
Yes.
Insecurity. Even myself, I could not even sleep properly at night. Before I have lots of dreams. My dreams now are trying to be real. Something I see. But that is how the world is. The people that died before us have something to tell, but they have no time to tell. But what they have seen and what they have experienced is going to be a reference to us today. To be prepared. Just prepare, my man. Get ready.
Yes.
You have a chance, go to the mountain. Get into the trees. Live like before. Live like a person that is a native in the mountain. If you want to have peace, do not go into the most glorious hotel, things like that, because these are all occupied by COVID. No hotels here right now. You're gonna stay here until no hotel are closed because of COVID. Imagine the people that build this hotel by the millions and billions, lose money.
Yes.
Lose money.
Yes.
People that have invested their money in something that is lose money. So when there is no more money and there is no more food, what is the result? Riot. That is where your martial arts needed. Because you have to protect the department store. If there are 2,000 people that is surrounding the department store and trying to take all the foods, you have all the gas there, what you do?
Yeah.
What is your martial arts?
Thank you, Grant One.
So
Thank
that
you
means
for.
we must have a foresight. If we study martial arts seriously now, let us think of the reality that we have on how we will eliminate, separate ourselves from the dungeon. Uh, that it's better to be in an area with peace and harmony rather than in the middle of these sinners or people that have bad intention. If
Yes.
you die in the mountain there, you die peacefully. You die here, you have no crisis because they will destroy gasoline in you and you will be born in the street because you have to wait. No more ceremony, no more hallelujah, no more.
Yeah.
You are completely out to the service of the Lord.
Yes.
So it's important that we have that. We should have to understand that we have something to live with these people without any mental reservation. So when we gather these people as immersion artists, let us clean their mind, clean what has been there in their character, and strengthen their spirit, physical, mental, spirit. Spirit is the one that is left behind. That's why the philosophy of the uh, philosophy of Kali, you believe in life, you don't believe in death, because we all don't die. When we separate our body, our spirit goes in generations of
Hmm.
you know that
Yes.
everybody decompose. This is the great. But if you believe in life, then you must know how to protect.
Thank you. Thank you for this lesson, for this very important lesson for everybody today, because you dedicate to us a lot of times. So I am so really, really, really honored to have you here in order to talk a lot of people, to in front of a lot of people. I'm so happy. I'm so happy for this. Really, really, really glad and honored to talk to you today, because for me it's a big lesson today. So, Grant One,
We should be
thank you.
thankful to you. We should be thankful to you by putting in effort to engage my little know-how, so I can share with everybody. And my prayer to everybody, please uh, protect yourself, protect your family, and to protect your country. No matter what happens, protect them. That is your responsibility. Because if you don't, you are charged by neglect. Neglect,
Thank you.
meaning you don't take care of your family. Don't take care of your family, somebody will take care of you.
Yeah. Yes.
So I hope you will have a peace of mind.
Thank you.
Have a peace of mind. We go to church, then we change. Is there anything that changed in us? So the
Yes.
first church is your body, and the first that will attend is your family.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely agree. Right. So, Grant One, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your time. For me, it's very, 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 very amazing, amazing interview. So I
Thank
decided,
you. Thank you also to those who are attending and who are listening to us. I'm
yes,
happy that you are starting it, and I think we'll be able to win some friends and win people too. Uh, Not out of
thank you.
stress. They must be out of stress. Stress and insecurity. It's our
Yes,
leadership.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Grant One.
Yeah,
I hope we
yeah.
will see in Italy soon. Okay, for a big seminar. I'm so happy for this, and then I would like to see you soon in our
Yeah,
country.
yeah, sound off, and then I'll be there. I'll be there with you, and then you know how it is. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
We have a
Thank you.
mission to do. We have a mission.
Thank you
We have
so
to do
much.
it.
Thank you so
We
much,
are
Grant One.
only the one. We are the only one that is commissioned to fulfill what is ready for us.
Thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you so much.
See you soon, Grant One. Thank you
About
so
tomorrow,
much.
we still
And
come.
yeah, yeah,
Tomorrow morning, we still come.
yeah.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Tre-
Yes, sir.
yes,
No problem.
yes. You are a soldier. You are a big
Okay.
soldier.
Yeah.
Thank you, Grant One. See you soon. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank
Many
you.
greetings from Italy. Okay, see you soon. Mm. Big hug.
Yes. I think you are
Thank you. Bye
good.
bye.